This is my first time doing anything like this. Thanks. I'm also worried it's going to be a bit long, so... Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a monster. Because the various versions of myself are perfect and unattainable. I am faceless in any given situation, and my personality is changeable. Every opinion on Facebook is the opinion of someone else. Every picture on Instagram is filtered. I am a picture of health, and you should see how many people like it. I turn down real relationships and create real grief. I am faithless. I tear off tights with my teeth. Now, a lot of people think I'm in the wrong. But it's a series of events that creates a monster. A monster never knows if it's a monster. It's the same with Godzilla, Loch Ness, or King Kong. Like Dracula can be tracked back to Transylvania, the creation of this reflection is no shadier, and its catalyst was a she. She was the first one I wanted to want me back. After initial contact, I knew. And without any wit or tact, I threw myself into the unknown. It took all my courage, but I'd already thrown. After initial contact, her has become a thing. With that, she looked back with a reassuring grin. She said, yes, all of a sudden I was a king. I'll save you the rest, but we grew up together, throw up together, spent long nights getting drunk together, blow up together, make up together, spent long nights getting drunk together, come rain or shine or whatever the weather. She's what kept me rooted, would not ever leave me, never. That were at least till I met her at Huddersfield train station, where I thought she'd arranged a treatment. I didn't know it was a one-way trip, no return to devastation, and now see she'd arranged to cheat me. She was frozen, like a statue, with a strange look in her eyes. In retrospect, I should have knew, but I was blind to her guise. Then came the treason. It's not you, it's me. I can't remember the details, but I think that was the reason. I didn't react instantly. It took a few hours for it to sink in. I had to get into my skull, and it took a few hours of thinking for me to realize that if I was a ship, there's a hole in my hull, and now I was sinking. As I sank into that deep, dark sea, something strange started to happen to me. I started to cry. I soaked up all this water, and it squirted from each eye. The salt water stung. I couldn't stop it. I was the sponge that was forever wrung. I was crying for a reason. It weren't hard to figure out why. I'm crying because I couldn't accept that this was goodbye. So I ring her up and down the phone. I cry, we're two halves of one person. You made us a team. You. I'll sing. I'll just sing for you. What do you mean? How can this not sting? You made you my everything, and all of a sudden I quote every line from every rom-com I'd never rated. I hadn't articulated. I hadn't come close to saying what was actually happening in my head. 4 years, I missed chances, and now I said everything I should have never not said. I guess I was just shocked. I guess I was just struggling. I didn't know what to do. I felt sick, my stomach rumbling. I'd never had this feeling before. I was gushing with emotion. I was full to the brim. I'd never lost my breathing before. Everything was spilt, and here's the worst thing. She didn't even reply, and when she finally forced me to just, bye. I'm left alone, confused and bemused, and even though it's something I'd never choose, I turn this feeling into anger, because when the smoke settles, she's left me nude. It feels alien, and I'm scared. I look in the mirror. It can't be good for my health. Left me with nothing left but an image of myself. Left me a half person. She didn't care. Left me nothing left except one shitty jumper we used to share. Left me nothing left except a mountain desire to fucking burst. Wanted to throw a chair, and in her name, I cursed, I'll show you. I calmed down over the next few days. The smokes began to settle, but the hurt still stays. My heart is an open wound, a graze. How do I stop the pain? I know there has to be ways. So as my salty tears fade and the sponge begins to dry, a battle plan is made. From this moment on, I must become unbreachable. I must become numb to anything that can sink me. From this moment on, I must become unobtainable. I'll have every person in the world want to be with me. I'll become the best at everything I choose to do. I'll do things she cannot ignore. She wants to throw me to the wolves. I'll do everything she wanted to and more. I'll show you. I look at the image of myself in the mirror and I began to strive. From this image of myself, a strange unknown depiction did arise. I began to obsess over success. I turned to lower body kinesis. I ran every day for 2 months like I needed this. I moved to London, got into drama school, and acted like I believed in this. I cut my hair and became a model. I developed confidence with women and formed my own unique charm. I went out more and hit the bottle, developed the conscience of a villain and formed a pretended sense of calm. The various versions of myself became perfect and unattainable. I became faceless in any given situation, and my personality became changeable. I obsessed so hard, the mirrors in the eyes of every person that met me. But I didn't see people. That nice girl called Becky's just a chance to get from A to B. The first one reconnected because I was floating, resurrected, but that didn't matter now. I grew beyond showing her. I had to figure out how. I'd show everyone else too. I'll show her became I'll show you. Thanks.